Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Welcome to another episode of Dear Lydia, Soulful Sunday Conversations. I am your hostess with the mostest, Deanna Moore Taylor, and I am so thankful that you are here with us this evening for another lively conversation with a thought leader in our community. And this woman that I have the honor and the privilege of interviewing this evening, oh my goodness, in my Annie voice, let me tell y'all, we are in for a treat. She is fantastic, amazing. You want to get to know this woman. So, without further ado, let's get to the Sunday evening announcement, shall we? We know that this theme for the month of November is Dear Lydia, have an attitude of gratitude. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving holiday. You are probably scraping the pans from the final leftovers of Thursday today. I don't know about anybody else, but I absolutely love leftovers up until Sunday. I'm that girl. I will eat them until Sunday. It's just something about Thanksgiving seasonings. They just sit well. That's just me. But hopefully everybody had a beautiful, wonderful, amazing Thanksgiving. As you all know, this month's theme for November is National Career Development Month. I encourage everybody to use this month to take a spiff shine on your professional endeavors. Look at your career. Look at what you're doing. If you enjoy what you're doing, and consider becoming a mentor and helping somebody else enjoy what they're doing. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, this month will be the perfect time to take a look at where you're at in terms of your skill sets and everything. Do what you need to do and make a change. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that right now, taking a nosedive look at where I'm at professionally and making changes as necessary. So November is National Career Development Month. As we also know, we are going into the holidays. MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I am a huge supporter of MAD, have been a huge supporter of MAD since I was a student, Students Against Drunk Driving in high school. As we know, we are entering into a time where intoxicated and inebriated drivers are going to be at an all-time high. This time from now until 12/31 is MAD's tie for safety. If you decide to go to a party and celebrate and partake of spirits, please be responsible. I cannot tell you this enough. I am a survivor of a drunk driver who hit me and could have killed me, injured me, but I'm still here. Please, if you are impaired, do not get behind the wheel of the car. Hand over your keys. Use a ride share service. Uber, Lyft, they offer discounts, a lot of times free rides if you are leaving a party and you are intoxicated. If you are sober, consider being a sober driver. Consider being somebody who would be willing to take someone home. If you are hosting a party, consider having red ribbons for those who are going to be designated drivers who are sober and can take people home. Please be responsible. Also, something that we focus on as well with the Lydia Leader Project, one of our near and dear community projects is the AIDS Project. Please remember, and I'm mentioning this now because our next show is going to be past this. 12/1 is World's AIDS Day. As we know, this is a pandemic. This is a global, still a global emergency that we are in. AIDS and HIV is still here, is still rampant. The theme for 2022 from the World Health Organization is equalize. We are trying to make sure that every person who is infected by this horrible disease is able to get the medication and resources necessary to treat it and to be cured from it. Also, equalize means providing the same level of education and resources towards protection from HIV and AIDS to the underserved populations, mainly Black and Brown people. So go on aidshealth.org for more information. On 12/1, which is Thursday, please consider wearing a red ribbon, as well as red in honor of those who have died of this illness and those who are still fighting this illness. Also, just to give you some of our upcoming events, please remember, Lady Gilmore's annual toy drive is coming up faster than we realize. 12/17, it will be at Fashions by Fowler. You can bring your unwrapped toys, brand new toys. Please don't bring your toys from your baby's toy box from 1977 and donate the toys. Please bring a brand new toy. Consider bringing 2 or 3 toys to this event because the need is great. Lady Gilmore has about 4,000 requests for toys, and she is donating majority of the toys to Forbes House and the American Legion. You can also meet Lady Gilmore on December 3rd. She has partnered up with KAZ Radio from 12 to 6 p.m. There will be photos with Santa, vendors, and book giveaway from Literacy in the Hood. Also, you can drop off your brand new toys, unwrapped toys, at the following locations: Nothing But the Best Salons, Cleveland Beauty Academy, and Our Favorite Things Boutique and Event Center. Also, while we're talking about the holidays, I hope that you got your tickets to Conversation and Leadership. These tickets are flying off the shelves. I promise you, we will not be selling tickets at the door. If you don't have a ticket to get into this event, you're not getting into this event. This is the holiday event of the year. You want to be here. And our special guest, who is our guest this evening, Sherita M. Carthon, will be there to give us nuggets to help us prepare and go into the new year. Tickets are on Eventbrite. Reach out to me if you have any questions. And finally, if you're interested in being an advertiser with us, please send an inbox or an email to me at Deanna@DeannaMooreTaylor.com for as little as $15 a month. Everything that you see that we're doing here, publicizing events, this can be you, okay? And this platform reaches at least 10,000 viewers per episode on multiple platforms. So if you want to be out here and want to get your stuff together, please let me know. And finally, everybody has been waiting on this. I have a big announcement, and then we are going into our guest. As many of you know, this year I have been broken into multiple pieces between deaths of friends, things that have happened in my life, transition, change, getting older. All of those things have happened in 2022. And the Lord came to me and said, you are broken to be free. Everything that you have been through. Remember when I told everybody about our theme for this year, freedom? This was the word for the year, freedom. And I was asking God, okay, well, when is my freedom coming? Okay. And God said, all of this is for you to have freedom. Well, I am pleased to announce, are you ready? I am bringing to you the Free to Be Collective. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. That is our tagline. This collective is going to help those who have been through things like bullying, trauma, want to be transformed, want to break any type of bonds, chains, any type of generational curses. This is for you. This is going to be the space to be free. The Lydia Leader Project is a ministry. The Free to Be Collective is going to be a lifestyle. Merchandise, transformational coaching, everything right there for you. Mentoring, listen, when the Lord dropped this in my spirit and said, you're going to take all this brokenness and you're going to help yourself and other people be free, all I could do was cry. I don't know what it's going to look like, but the Lord said, launch it on 1/1/2023 because we have a new word for 2023. I will share that later on. But for more information, send your info or send your request to info@DeannaMooreTaylor.com. I am so excited for what God is going to do with this. Now, please govern yourself accordingly to these Sunday evening announcements. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Now, are you ready for the main event? Woo! Lord, have mercy. Have all the mercy. Where do I start with this beautiful, amazing woman of God? So, Sherita Carthon has spent more than 19 years working to help entertainment companies, nonprofits, small business owners, and entrepreneurs navigate change among their niche markets. A former journalist with Gannett newspapers and an entrepreneur, Sherita developed a passion for helping others navigate personal and professional transformation. She facilitates ongoing business and image development workshops through Carthon Consulting Group. Workshops include how to market your brand the right way, the celebrity sales method. And let me tell y'all something. If you have not gotten the celebrity sales method, y'all sleeping on your whole life. Not just your business, your whole life. Okay. That works. She is currently working on an innovative trade show called Beyond the Algorithm. Ooh, I got to chill just thinking about that. Power Brand Conference and Expo, which helps entrepreneurs and startups leverage capital for their businesses and also showcases the latest brand and algorithm tech advances for 2023 and 2024. Do you understand why we had to have this amazing woman at the purple table? Without further ado, please, drum roll, help me welcome to the stage Sherita.
Hi. Listen,
Hey,
I got my purple on. I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, I got my lavender on. Listen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. In my Annie voice. Sherita, girl, welcome to the purple table.
Yes, so
the virtual purple table. I am so happy to have you here. Oh my goodness. Woo, y'all. I hope you listen, everybody. Get your notepads out. Okay. You about to go to school. All right. You're about to go to school. Get your notepads out. All right. Sherita, who are you? Tell us in 30 seconds. And I know it's going to take more than 30 seconds, but who are you?
I am a human being that wants to be emptied out. And when I'm done, the world will know that I'm here. That is who I am.
Yes. Come on. Come on with it. All right.
Yeah.
What else are you? Who else are you? What else do you do?
So I am a brand designer. I am a event showrunner. I'm a mom. I'm a wife, a friend, a sister, a daughter, and everything in between.
Hey, that's what's up. That's a lot of us.
Yes.
90% of us.
Yes.
Juggling those multiple balls. So Sherita, tell us, how did you become this brand professional? And I mean, not just a professional, but like a guru to the stars. Like what made you get to this point? What made you say, you know what, this is what I want to do?
Well, it's really a boring story, but I'll tell it. I'll definitely tell it to you. It was an accident. I became a designer on accident. And of course, as you can see in my my bio, it says that I work for Gannett USA Today newspaper chains. Like I was at the Palladium Item and the Toledo Blade and all of these great newspapers because my number one thought in the 8th grade was I'm going to be a journalist. That thought
Wow.
came from my English teacher who actually introduced the idea of journaling. So once I started journaling, he said, "Ooh, you're such a great writer. You should definitely think about becoming a journalist." And
Wow.
to that point, no one had actually poured into my life like that or said that I would be anything because I also came from that old school where teachers pretty much pinpointed African Americans or Black people as people who were not worth anything. You're not going to become anything. You're going to be poor and on the street and just so many things. And so when that one 8th grade teacher put that inspiration in me, I said, oh my God, I have something that really works and is just really great. And so I went for it and I went with it with all vigor. And I got down to my last semester in college. I was pregnant with my daughter. I will never forget it. And we all have, if you went to college, you all have those dump classes where you have to take it just to fill out, just to get credit hours. And I took this graphic design class. And of course, I went in it. I had no expectation whatsoever. And so when I went in it, I got a straight A because I just really started getting into typography and designs and, color psychology, all of those things. And it kind of threw me off for a second because I was like, whoa, I like this a little too much, but I'll just kind of keep this as my like side thing that I'll do just for play because I just really enjoyed it. And so I graduated college. I went and I did an internship at the American University in Cairo in Egypt. I stayed there for 6 months and I just really started to get this idea about journalism. Like, I don't think I want to do this no more, which is weird because since the 8th grade, that's what I dedicated my life to. But I just found that journalism was just so negative. I mean, it's not like now where this was like 20 plus years ago when there wasn't the invent of the internet where they were doing blogs or podcasts and stuff like that. Like it was just really mainstream newspapers where, you're writing or you're being a print journalist or you're doing broadcasting. And so I said to myself, I just don't want to do this for the rest of my life. But then it left me confused because I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I got to make money. I got kids, right?
Right.
Baby got to eat. Baby need a pair of brand new shoes, right?
Exactly.
So one day I was just real hungry. I had came back to Cleveland and I went to Kim's Wings. So if you are not from Cleveland, there is a barbecue chicken joint. My husband absolutely loves it. It is Kim's Wings. And in Kim's Wings, while everybody is waiting, they do one thing. They pick those business cards and stuff off of the wall. The business cards where you see them at grocery stores, at the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
Some people got their little paper with the little tags on the bottom. You rip them off.
Right.
Advertisements. And I just looked at him and I said, wow, like I could really do some really good work, for these people because I don't think they know kind of design wise how to really attract people. And if they did, maybe they would do something different. So I ripped everything off the wall, had this whole big old bucket of business cards and stuff and brought it home. And I just started designing, just really went at it in my mind. And it was like, crazy. It was almost like God just jumped into my body and my fingers. And I just started designing this stuff. And I would call these people and I would say, hey, I'm not a weirdo. I got your card off of the board at Kim's Wings, And I said, I redesigned your design. You can keep it or you can, leave it alone. But, if you really want it, you can have it. And that is how my career in graphic design actually started, like a straight bootstrap, just really guerrilla marketing, going in, providing a service, being of service, and then allowing them to see their brand in a different way so that they could actually make money. And then people were making money from those redesigns, because again, This is not the time where we were using blogs and social media and stuff like that. We were still analog. If that makes any sense. And so that one simple method is how I entered journalism, and it's actually how I got a lot of my celebrity clients, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just basically organic. I mean, you basically, yeah. And here's the thing I want everybody to understand. You have people out here that are trying to say that old school is whack. It really isn't. It really isn't. Word of mouth, opening your mouth, talking to people, that never will go out of style, ever. I mean, I used to tell people when I was a trainer at Verizon, back when I was in college, I used to tell the reps, because I would have to go to the mall kiosk, and I would tell them, if you don't greet, you don't eat. And that helped them, because guess what? They had to sell, or they had to close at least 10 new cell phones a day. So, and each one of them, and they weren't getting paid hourly, they were getting paid commission. So guess what? When you're not, when the money is dependent on what you speaking, oh, you gonna speak. Because if you don't eat, you don't greet, you don't eat. Right. So for that's a plug for everybody. Hey, I listen. And I remember going to Kim's Wings back in the day. Especially when I was in college. Oh my gosh. I used to sneak up here from the University of Akron because they did not have any barbecue joints. And I would see like the different like signages, and you would tear off the phone numbers and stuff. But I probably was looking at some of your artwork too, and was like, oh, you know? So wow, that is awesome.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So you ended up going into, you were a journalist, and you were a very, very good journalist. That's actually how we met, kind of, sort of. And you went into graphic design.
Yeah.
So how did you make that transition? Because as we talk about Career Development Month, there are some people who might be looking to transition from where they're at. They're like you, and they're like, hey, this isn't working out for me, and I want to transition into something else. So how did that transition look?
So how the transition looked was very brute. It was very cold turkey-ish. I mean, I really just said to myself, I'm not doing journalism anymore. This is not working for me. And I'm not for sure if you know me. Well, yes, you do. You know me in this way, but your audience, I could just tell you, I'm the kind of person is the minute I make up my mind about something and it's solid in my head, I'm not going back. There is no plan. I don't believe in plan Bs. I believe in only plan As.
See, and we have this conversation all the time, because while she is plan A, I got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and Sherita is always telling me, throw away the plans, Taylor, throw away your plans. I'm like, oh, I'm a planner.
The reason why I say it's only plan A is because, I mean, if you look at the most wealthiest people in the world, if you look at Oprah, if you look at Jeff Bezos, if you're looking at Elon Musk, if you're looking at Tyler Perry, they have one single focus. One, that's it. And they take that one focus and they go 110%, maybe like 175% into it, like literally diving all of their resources, all of their time and energy. And so I just have found that anytime I've ever split myself into a plan B, my mind is just so stubborn that it can't compute two things at one time.
Right.
And so again, when I went into graphic design and branding, it's like that's where I was. And just so over the last 20 years, that's what I've been known as. I mean, from anybody who has ever encountered me, of course, everyone knows that I'm a speaker. Been with Toastmasters and the National Speaker Association, all of those great organizations. But if you ask anybody on the streets,
Mm.
How do you know, Sherita? The number one thing is marketing and graphic design. Is because I dedicated my life to it. It's just now that I'm being allowed, like God talking to you about your new project. I am just now being allowed to pivot. And I'm so happy because graphic design has done my life so well. But I want to encourage your audience is that there's going to be times in your life where you're going to be God is going to allow you the opportunity to live another lifetime in this lifetime. And I'll explain that. When I was in journalism and I was, from 8th grade all the way up into my, fourth year in college, that was my lifetime for that. Right. And then right after college, all the way up into this up until like this year, my second lifetime was for marketing and graphic design. Now, again, that's the second lifetime, right? Now I'm on my third lifetime. In my third lifetime, I'm taking all of that cumulative information and really developing strong platforms and strong relationships so that I can not only teach marketing and branding, but I can connect with people on a universal level to help people really not only do their branding, do their marketing, but also monetize and understand where we're getting ready to go with social media algorithms. And I know we're going to talk about power brand eventually, but you have to understand when God is telling you to pivot, okay? You have to understand that there is so much more in you. And once you accept the call in your life, no matter what lifetime you're in this lifetime, you are going to know that you're there because every single thing that you used to do before that new lifetime, it's over. And so when I tell you, I have thousands of clients all over the world, and people are not now calling me for graphic design. And you would say, well, why? You're Sherita Carthon. It is because when you're getting ready to go into that new lifetime, God will shut every door associated with the previous lifetime. Okay?
Come on. Say
every single door.
Say that one more time because
He will shut every single door to the point where going back is just like, and I know your audience is are Christians or biblical. It's like, when the couple with the I can't remember the name of the couple with the city of salt. If they turn back, what I want to ask my husband who it is because my husband is like the number one. But Lot and his wife. Lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Lot. So it's just like don't turn back to the city. Like you're already away from the city. It's time to move from that place. It's time to move from that land. And when you're looking back, you're looking back at a place that no longer exists. And so I'm not trying to preach to your people, but what I'm telling you is that we are in an age where if you are ready and if you're a soldier that's positioned for this time, you have to know that there's a certain level of urgency that's happening now, especially with the talk of a recession and the talk of a depression. There's an urgency because there are people who need you to be in place to understand that there's more for them to do in this next lifetime. So we have crossed over some type of invisible bridge. And that has been happening, right? Because people have been experiencing death on a crazy level, right?
Yes.
They have been experiencing loss on a crazy level, health challenges on a crazy level, layoffs. You know what I'm saying? Just massively. It's like one of those things. If another thing happens, am I going to even be able to make it?
Come on.
But you have to understand the age that we're in. This is a new lifetime that we are now having to say to ourselves, how strong am I? And if I'm strong enough to get to the next level, it's going to require me to shift everything that I used to do. So nothing, like literally My days, from the top of my day to the bottom of my day for the entire week, is booked completely. Why is that? It's because now I'm not just doing a little graphic design. I'm talking to multimillionaires. I'm at banks. I'm at corporate organizations. I'm making strategic partnerships, right? Because your life is going to look completely different, you know? And
Yes.
so, I don't know why I was led to say that, but I just want to encourage your audience is that if it's time to shift, go with the flow, you know, and if there are doors are being closed, let them close. If their doors are being open, let them open. If there are people that you need to cut out of your life, cut those people out of your life because they're no longer going to serve you, right? So I have one last thing to say, and I'm gonna be quiet for a second.
Oh, this is you, boo.
So there are three type of people in this season. There's the bus people, there's the train people, and there's the plane people. Okay. So
Uh-oh.
if you are riding the bus, that means you are okay and you are comfortable with people crowding around you, no privacy, being able to sit on a bus for long hours, just really literally taking your time trying to get to your destination. Then there's trained people. Those trained people, they are a little bit more comfortable than the bus people, right? They understand that they need a little bit of leg room. You know, they don't mind sleeping in the train overnight, maybe in the sleeper cart, right? Then there's those people. They're moving a little bit faster than the bus people. But then there's the plain people. The plain people understand that there is a destination that you have to get to, not tomorrow, not in the next couple of days, but right now. Not now, but yesterday. And so when you're on the plane with different people, there is first class, business class, and coach. Now, I'm getting somewhere with this. I'm getting somewhere.
I'm clasping my
So
pearls on this.
so when you understand that you are a plane person and that you're flying first class, there is a certain level of income. There's a certain level of mindset. There's a certain level of acumen that you already possess. You don't have to be told when you're going to get there. You're sitting up front. You're going to get off the plane quicker than everybody else. So you have to, in this season, figure out what type of transportation that you're going to be using in order to get to the next level. So if you're a bus person, it's okay. You're not a plane person. If you are a train person, it's okay. You're not a plane person. But if you're a plane person, my thing is, if you're going to be on a plane, get in the front. Go first class. Do the work. Go 10x. Go 20x. Here's the reason why. Because there's not that many people who can afford the experience that you're getting ready to have. Now, when you're on the plane and you're riding first class, understand that there is a level of service that you're going to get. You're going to get a full meal. You're not going to get peanuts and water. You're going to get wine and caviar and all of those things. You're going to have leg room, but you had to pay for that. And so in this season, there's going to be no mistake in which way you're going to get to your destination. I'm going on the plane because number one, I have multiple places to go to, and I don't have time to wait. I don't have time to wait for the things that other people decide that they can wait for, right? Because if you're on a bus, I'm already there in an hour. It's going to take you 15 hours to get to the same destination where I'm already on another plane going somewhere else. What type of transportation are you taking this year? And it has to be defined. It has to be a plan A. It cannot be a plan B because plan B might end up you not even being able to get on a plane. You're waitlisted. So now you got to rent a car or you got to take a train and take a bus. So this is the type of season we're in. You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. And so for me, I said to my God, I am a plain person. I am first class, and I will do everything that it takes. And that means long nights. That means a lot of tears. That means hiring other people, outsourcing, setting up systems, right? These are the things that I'm not used to because I've been taking a train. I'm a little bit faster than the bus, but I've been on a train. I've been guided all my entire life. And so the thing is, when I got down and people asked me, why was I doing Power Brand? Why is this now the pivot of my entire life? I said, because the season we're getting ready to go into is bigger than me. And I have the resources right now necessary that will allow people who feel like they're getting ready to go through a recession to be able to bypass that entire thing and go straight into what God has called them to do. Without finances being an issue or red tape, having red tape around getting financing. And so yeah, like, what type of transportation are you taking into 2023?
Listen. She dropped the mic on that one. I'm going to do that again. She dropped the mic. Let me tell y'all something. That right there will preach itself. What are you doing? Listen, you were talking to me. Okay? If you weren't talking to nobody else, that word was for me. The doors of the church are open past the offering plate on that right there. Because we have been a society and we have been programmed. I can't speak for nobody else. I was raised by hardcore baby boomers, okay? They were born at almost the beginning of baby boomers, all right? So all they knew was get your high school diploma, work for the steel mill, Ford, the big three companies, railroad, get with a major industry that got benefits and retirement, okay? Work there for as long as you can, retire, go home, sit on the recliner, and die. That's what, and unfortunately, that was kind of taught to me, because my father had a wake-up call and said, you know what? I'm this dude that's on the train, and I need my girls to be on the plane. My father and them were on the bus. Yeah. So they were crowded around, and because of the generation they came from, that's all they knew. I was elevated to the train. I want my girls to take the plane. And that, man, listen, I hope y'all wrote that down. Seriously, right? I'm going to go back and write that down for myself, because how do you want to see your business? How do you want to see your life? I get it. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but how do you want to live your life? Okay. How do you want to live? Everybody's talking about living their best life, but what does that look like to you? Because for me, I can tell you, I'm not living my best life right now. I'm not living the life that I want to live. So I needed this reminder that, you know what, you're still here. You need to elevate from the train, because that's where I'm at. And I'm tiptoeing off the train. And I got my frequent flyer miles with Delta to go sit on the plane. And I actually got enough frequent flyer miles in real life to be on first class if I want to be. A lot of it also is fear. Because when you go from the train or the bus to the train and the train to the plane, it's a level of fear of the unknown. So how do you break that fear? How do you shake that fear of, and a lot of it is imposter syndrome. It's us telling ourselves, that voice in our head saying, man, you ain't, get back on that bus. Go on and collect that paycheck and go on, get back on that bus. So, how do you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with the imposter syndrome and the fear?
Here's the thing that I thought that I should do with fear is that I felt like I should fight it, right? Because that's what we're talking, fight fear. But the thing is, I leverage fear. I leverage fear because I understand that it's something that's never going to go away. And so what I do is I allow myself to be afraid, go through that experience being afraid, but also step outside of myself and then watch myself go through my fear, right? Because
Wow.
the only way that you can conquer fear is going through it. That is the only way to conquer fear is by putting yourself in positions where you are overcoming it time and time and time again until the point that it has no longer has an effect on you. And so the thing is, I'm the kind of person that once I have an idea or once I know that I'm sounding what I'm getting ready to do, I will light myself on fire in the middle of Times Square and literally be my fire extinguisher, right? Meaning this is that sometimes you have to take the first step and you have to put yourself out there and you have to do the hard thing, especially if you're doing something that's new or innovative or something that has never been done before. You really have to, there is no validation, right? Because the
Yeah.
thing is, again, if I can share, sis, just being transparent and honest,
Go
when I
ahead.
was creating Power Brand and doing this and having these conversations with these multimillionaires and these big social content companies, of course, they're coming to Cleveland, Ohio at the Huntington Convention Center, May 18th to the 20th. I just want to put that out there. But having a conversation with these corporate organizations, it is so crazy that in every industry we had to break down why it was important to discuss marketing, why it was important for us to discuss monetization for entrepreneurs, why it was so important for us to even talk to them about Black and Brown entrepreneurs. If I can go a little bit further,
Yeah.
there is a misconception about Black and Brown entrepreneurs that we bootstrap, of course, yes, we do, but that because we bootstrap, we do not have a sense of need, right? So let's just say the Lydia project that you're doing right now, it's assumed that because you have a platform, because you have guests, because you have StreamYard, you don't need sponsors. You don't need someone to come in and give you, advertising, right? Because you have it all together. And because we have been trained, shadow trained through slavery to just muscle through it, right? We
Mhm.
muscle through it. We bootstrap. We're going to do it anyway, right? Because you're never going to stop doing what you're doing. Why? You're on season 2, right? Episode 4. Is this episode 4, season 2?
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Let's go, 6. Okay. You're not going to stop. And so there are multiple organizations around the world who has stockpile for women-owned businesses, entrepreneurs, and they just let it sit there. Why? It's because they said, well, y'all don't need it. But that's further from the truth. Is that we're going to do the work and we're going to take our savings and we're going to beg from our friends and our family and we're going to just do what we have to do in order to do what we want to do.
Right.
But my thing is, I am going to now not just dedicate my life to graphic design, but I'm going to dedicate my life to making sure that people, entrepreneurs, Black and Brown entrepreneurs, understand that they have a safe place to land and that money is not an obstacle. It will not be an obstacle, but also that they have resources that are rightly available to them at any given time, and that we will point them to or get access to it for them so that they know that they're supported. Because here's the truth: Every entrepreneur, it takes at least 5 years to break even, right? We know
Yeah.
that. So if you're starting a business, if you just started a business today, mark your calendar off 5 years later, then, and if you're still in business, that means you at least hit the black mark, right? And so the thing is, what's happening, sis, is that entrepreneurs in that middle space between startup and get up, they're not making it
Yeah.
because the bootstrap fund is running out. Okay, that bootstrap fund is so far in the negative that you can't even live right. You can't put gas in your car. You can't take the baby to daycare. You're wondering if you're gonna eat ramen noodles and hot dogs for dinner, or you're just gonna be ramen noodles, right? And
Right.
so the thing is, the journey gets so hard that you go back into corporate America. You go back into corporate America and you see what's happening with Meta and Instagram and Twitter. Massive layoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's hiring and nobody's getting a job. And so, so we are stuck. We are all stuck. And then the recession's coming. We're
Yeah.
all stuck in a real weird place right now. All of us. And so, what you don't know is that recessions are normal. It happens every day. It happens every cycle. So there's cycles of up, of riches, and there's a cycle of down. And the thing is, it's just like a lot of people don't realize in a recession is that's when people get rich the most. That's when millionaires and billionaires make most of their money in a recession.
Yeah.
And so we just have to shift the mindset with Black and brown entrepreneurs, and we also have to get them to the place where they want to do the work, sis. Because here's the thing: listen, I can tell you, this file of lipstick is worth $50 million, right? And I'm gonna give it to you, but you've got to come over and pick it up. How do you know how many people will not come over and pick this up?
Come
How many
on.
people will say, "Can you come and bring it to me? Can you mail it to me? Can you know?" The stipulation is you have to come over,
And pick
pick
up.
it up, and then you have to take it to a lipstick appraiser, and they have to verify that it is what it is, and then you can get your money. And this is the problem. You won't come pick it up. As easy as that is, just come pick it up.
Come pick it up.
Come pick it up. You don't want to you want me to Uber it to you. You want me to drive and waste all my gas and go down to East 50, East 131st and Harvard and drop it off to you. And then you don't want me to just drop it off. You want me to come in the house, unpack it, unwrap it, and then take you to the appraiser. Right?
I trust me, I get it.
So listen to me when I tell you there's some decisions, and that's the number one thing that I'm gonna be saying all year long is there's a decision that you need to make. You need to make a decision. Are you going to come get this? What? Let's say it's $2.5 million. Just come and get it. Or are you going to stay home and complain about the fact that you could have got it, that you might have get it? Now somebody else came and got it, and now it's gone. And now you going the next day. Oh, sis, I'll come pick up that. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
And here's the thing: how hungry are you?
How hungry?
I go back to that. If you don't meet, you don't greet. How hungry are you? Because the hungriest person will get on 40 buses, 20 trains, and get an airplane ticket. Okay. They will call their mamas, their cousins, and them, Pookie and all them, be like, hey, cash at me $20. I'm going to fly on Spirit Airlines.
The friends you got, the friends you ain't got, all of them.
Sherita, I will be there tomorrow. My flight arrives tomorrow. Hope, listen, when you are hungry enough, you will do whatever it takes to get what you need to get you to the next level.
Yeah.
When people say, can you bring it to me? You ain't hungry enough. And those are the people, I'm going to be honest with you. because I've been in that situation so many times. I don't even deal with those people. I don't even answer them.
Yeah.
I don't answer them. I don't respond to them because I'm going to hand you the keys to the kingdom. Okay. And what you're going to do with it based on your attitude is squander what I'm going to give you. You're going to squander the blessings that somebody else could flip and turn into, turn that 2.5 million into 250 million. I'm just saying. That is a very good point. How hungry are you? How bad do you want it?
Yeah.
We have become an entitled, I'm just going to say it. We are an entitled society.
For sure.
Really entitled.
And we are consumer eating. Like, again, when we ran the statistics on the consumer index base for African Americans, is $1.6 trillion of consumer spending from the African American base, versus we make up 4.3 million, well, a little 40.6 million of entrepreneur capital. So it's just like, my thing is this: we're suffering in being able to build and construct solid businesses, but we have no problem spending $1.6 trillion in consumer spending just from the African American base alone
on somebody else's.
Yeah, we're making someone else rich in what we watch and what we consume and what we wear. And so again, look, I wear my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, listen, it's just like, and that's what I'm saying. If you are so consumed with Balenciaga and Supreme and, and Glory jeans and all of that kind of stuff, create your own and then charge people what they charge.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just, it's the simplicity of it. But the thing is, this generation is just so wrapped up in entitlement and materialism that it's just like, to get them to understand, like, why don't you just do it yourself? And we don't trust ourselves, I know we're getting ready to wrap. I want to take a second to talk about Power Brand. So if you find yourself, right, being that person who wants to do a startup, who wants to learn about yourself and want to learn about the entrepreneur space, period. If you're wanting to know more about marketing and branding, not from just me, from companies like Adobe, and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and all of those companies are coming to Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, BET, HBO Max, all of these companies are coming down, and they are ready and willing to answer your questions in regards to the social media algorithm, but also about marketing and branding, and also how to monetize on their platforms. Etsy is coming, Instagram is coming, Canva is coming. They're all coming so that they can give you the tea on how to monetize on their platforms. Amazon, I do have an announcement. Amazon is giving us a $50,000 entrepreneur grant, which we are breaking that out to $1,000 per entrepreneur, so that you can actually start to build in the marketplace on Amazon, right? So again, we understand and we know where the money is. We're going to get it for you. We're going to have a brand pitch competition as well. Just so many things. So if you're wanting to know where all of the bones are hidden, know how to do your marketing, and you also want to, or if you're curious about doing a startup or being an entrepreneur, you don't even know if it's for you, definitely come to Beyond the Algorithm. Again, at the Huntington Convention Center. It is going to be May the 18th through the 20th at the Huntington Convention Center in 2023. You don't want to miss that. It's going to be dope. Yes. Candace is on. Hey, Candace.
You absolutely do not want to miss this.
Put up the website is powerbrandexpo.com. Everything that you want to know about the event is at powerbrandexpo.com. Thank you, Candace. I love you.
Thank you, Candace, because I was just getting ready to type it, and Candace beat me to the punch. Thank you, Candace.
Yes.
Listen, everybody.
Yes.
You want to be at this event. Mm-hmm. We I participated in the first Power brand.
Yes, she did. Yes,
Okay.
she did.
It was lit.
Let me
That's all
tell
I
you,
can say.
what red carpet? Remember, we
It
had
was lit.
volunteers. I mean,
Yes.
it was sold out. We couldn't get no more people in
Completely
the
sold
building.
out. People, listen.
Yeah,
People were literally trying to sneak in. We're like, you ain't even got a ticket.
yeah.
You're like, well, I'm with. No, you're not with me. No,
Listen, the
Lenard Taylor's
food.
with me, and he got his spot already. Nope.
Remember, since the food.
The food. Oh, the food
Yes.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It was, the whole experience was wonderful. All of the elite, the
Yes.
business, the Black business elite of Cleveland.
Yes. We
Were
had
at
in there.
this event.
Yes.
Let me tell you. And you definitely want to be at this event, because when I tell you,
Yeah.
as somebody who is literally shifting my life and shifting, going into more of IT, because let me tell you, giving you your flowers while you are here.
Thank you.
Sherita is one of the reasons why I have pivoted a lot of my life.
Yes.
She is one of the first people, when I have an idea, when I have something come up, I call her, I bounce them off, about just, hey, what do you think? What does this look like? And she will give it to me straight. She will say, sis, this is good, go with it. Or, I don't know, sis, that seems risky or whatever. But let me tell you, like Sherita was told in the 8th grade, you would be a great journalist. People didn't know this about me for a long time. I was doing graphic design when I was 9 years old. And
That's
Sherita
crazy.
was like, man, you are dope. What is wrong with you? I'm like, I'm letting everybody do their thing. I'm okay. I don't have to do it. And Sherita told me, and I tell this to everybody, there is room in the marketplace for everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's gifts and talents will make room for them. So, sis, thank you for always being that sister to push, encourage, nudge me. Because I tell you, for years, I was in a position and I just worked in positions and I was just doing things, and it was just to collect a check. It was to pay the bills. But God is like, it's time for people to live in purpose. And Sherita is right. We are in a season of shift. And it's not just finances. It's a season of, listen, it's time for you to shift your mindset.
Period.
Time for you to shift your heart. How bad do you want it? Are you going to sit up here and say, hey, I'm going to catch the next Spirit airline, RTA train. I'm going to get on 4 million buses to get that $2 million product that I will flip and make 200 million out of? Or are you just going to say, you know what? Hey, bring it to me, girl. I can't get to it. Man, so many opportunities are missed when you think. My father used to tell me when we played Bid Whiz, he said, baby girl, if you think long, you think wrong. And those things, I just live by that. If you think too long, you thinking wrong. So, sis, thank you for always motivating me. Thank you for pushing me. I'm telling you, 2023, I'm going to be at this conference because I want not only a piece of the pie, I want the whole recipe.
Yes.
You hear me? I'm not leaving $1 on the table. And my goal as a transformation coach with the Free to Be Collective is to bring brown women and little girls like me to the table of technology. Because why? It's needed. Black women are needed at the table of technology. And there's billions of dollars out there. When I tell you, every day I get a call, I get some kind of opportunity. Y'all, we gonna rock this out. We gonna do this. Listen, get registered and make sure you are in the place on December 15th.
Oh
To
man.
hear more, man. Sherita, she's going to give us more nuggets. And let me tell y'all, quit sleeping on opportunities.
Yeah, and we might be doing a surprise grant giveaway right there at the place. So if y'all don't have y'all tickets, I mean, you may be locked on the ability to get that coin. So maybe.
Come on. Come on. I'm telling you.
Power Brand will be in the building. We will have a table. I'm just saying, get registered right then and there. Find out how to vend, how to sponsor, we're gonna be in the building. But I want to say one last thing, sis. I know we're getting ready to get out.
I'm getting ready to give you the floor, my dear. I want you to leave our viewers with some words of wisdom, nuggets. The floor is all yours, sis.
So, if I had to give you advice right now, the number one thing I want to tell you is give yourself grace first. Stop being so hard on yourself. Stop thinking you have to have everything together. Stop thinking that you have to have everything perfect. The next thing I'm going to tell you is that there's something you need to do, and you know that you can do it. No one else can do it the way you're going to do it. Other people may be doing it, but nobody's going to do it the way you can do it. And what I want to tell you is that you have been hiding behind a shield for a very long time, thinking that, looking at social media, thinking that everyone else's life is perfect and their businesses is perfect. The only difference between them and you is that they kept going. They figured it out. They stayed in the race. And so my advice to you, whether you want to stay in corporate America or you want to be an entrepreneur and venture out and find out what the journey is about, the number one thing I want to say to you is that I want you to live your best life. And your best life means that you're not doing things on other people's terms. You're not doing things because other people want you to do them. You're doing it because you want to do it and it makes you happy. So if that means that you want to dance in the middle of the street with a rubber duck, then by all means, go out and dance in the street with a rubber duck and make sure you video it. But also it can mean you walking away from the ideas that your parents have had of you, your children have had of you, or just your mate have had of you. Just be yourself this year. Be yourself next year. Because the thing is, when money is gone, when all of those things fade away, the number one thing you're going to have outside of all of that stuff is you and your spirit. And we don't want you walking around here being mad, being sad, and being depressed. Figure out what's going to make you happy, not just now, but for the rest of your life. That's what I have to leave with you today.
Y'all heard that, right? We don't have time to be living everybody else's best life or watching everybody else live their best life. It's time for everybody to live their best life. Live your best life. Do you, boo, okay? Do what you do. Don't let nobody stop you. Sherita, sis, I love you, girl. Thank you so much. Me and you must never part. Listen, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being such a light in our community, for the knowledge that you drop, and for always helping us to be our best person. I love you, girl. I love
you too. Thank you.
Listen, y'all, make sure you are at the conversation. First of all, come to Conversation and Leadership to learn more. Telling y'all, those tickets are going.
Trust me. We are going to sell. We only have 8,000 tickets, and like literally, they're going by the second. I mean, we did announce that Les Brown is coming to Cleveland. He is one of our keynote presenters, but we have some other surprises that are coming down as well. for keynotes, we are bringing the noise in the ring. I mean, some heavy hitters. So trust me, we're not done. We're just getting started. So stay
And
tuned. Tickets will sell out. So if
we
you do
the
not get a
sellout
ticket
crew.
to Power Brand this year, you can definitely go virtual. But
Listen, let me tell you, and listen,
it will sell out
we
though.
are the sellout crew, okay?
Period.
All right, the Flossie Posse, all of us, we the sellout. We the sellout posse.
She
We
went,
sell out
okay.
right now. I don't know what to tell y'all. We sell out,
Oh,
okay? There is
listen.
no such thing as canceling and leftover tickets. We sell out.
We always sell out.
Yes.
We always sell out.
Always.
Always.
And we don't sell out at the week of. We be sold out,
Sold
okay?
out.
Like,
And the thing is, like I said, we only have 8,000 tickets.
only 8,000 tickets, and that's not
it.
a lot of tickets. And some people might think, I'll wait until May. No, don't sleep on
There
that.
won't be. I'm trying to tell you, there will be no tickets in May.
You need
There
to.
will be no tickets in May.
You will probably have no
gone.
tickets. Probably January, February.
Yeah.
Okay.
So January, February, you still might be safe, but come March, like the bottom of March, there will be no more tickets.
I'm foreseeing
there are people flying into Cleveland from Africa, London, Singapore, as far as, I mean, Atlanta, definitely LA, New York, because the thing is, a lot of our speakers are not from Cleveland. They're from all over. You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia, Chicago. I mean, it's gonna be, listen, no tickets yet. Candace said there may not be no tickets in January.
Ain't gonna be no tickets past into January going into February. There will not be any tickets. And I am happy to say that the Lydia Leader Project is a proud media partner.
Yes, they are.
Beyond the algorithm. So we will be in the house, not just as a partner, but we will be in the house to learn so we can earn. So get your tickets. Don't sleep on this. Sis, now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. That's what I sing at the end of our show. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Sherita, where can we reach you? That's what I meant to say. Where can everybody reach you?
I will be living in one place for the next 10 years, powerbrandexpo.com. Of course, I am taking limited projects with graphic design, and that's at carthonconsultinggroup.com. That it will take you straight to my calendar to see if you can get on my calendar. You may not be able to because we're really busy with Power Brand, but if you can, carthonconsultinggroup.com with 1G. And yeah, so meet me at powerbrandexpo.com, beyond the algorithm. Let's go.
Yes. All right. All know how to reach out to Sherita. Again, don't sleep on this. Make sure you are in the place. Thank you all again for joining us for another episode of Dear Lydia's Soulful Sunday Conversations. Just so you know, this interview will more than likely be downloaded and dropped into the Lydia Leader Project podcast. So you will also be able to listen to this as a podcast probably within the next couple of weeks. I'm testing out some things. So far, so good. We dropped our first episode with one of the episodes. Yeah, it sounds really good. So look out for this being on our podcast in a couple of weeks. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. And like I always say, until next time, Lydia.